Here we are on YouTube. Well, no, Twitch, but it will be on YouTube. All right, we are going to start the episode in 3, 2, 1. Hopefully this is coming through on Twitch. If not, we're just dancing to nothing. Yo, and hello and welcome to the 185th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Tuesday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. This show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at GameSpeakPodcast.com, where we need you to subscribe to our official newsletter so we can make sure you never miss an episode. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL alongside Brent, Ballsy Bass.
Oh, yes. Hello, community. Hello, world. Welcome back to GameSpeak Podcast.
Yeah, dude. What's been going on? You know, just tell me the truth.
You want to know the truth?
You better tell me the truth.
You want to know facts, bro?
I want to know what's really been going on.
All right.
I'm tired of all these lies.
I'll tell you exactly. Not much. Not much has been going on. I'll tell you what I did do this week.
What'd you do?
I tried again to get one of these next-gen things. You know what I mean?
Oh, the pre-orders.
Yeah. I tried again.
I forgot to ask you how that went. Yeah.
It didn't go, bro.
Really? So you came down to Conroe for nothing?
Yeah. I was close, dude. I was close. So, look, okay. They, for a little, backstory, for those of you that just slept all week last week and didn't pay attention to the world, PS5s were available to pre-order again, but you had to go to a physical GameStop location and pre-order it. So I go up to the Huntsville GameStop, and I show up like 2 hours before they open. I'm thinking, okay, that'll be enough time.
Nope, you should have camped.
I should have camped. But anyways, I get there. And there's a line that's like 6 people long, and then there's a big sign on the door that says 6 people, or 6 PlayStations or whatever.
That means there probably would have been more people, but they probably came up and saw that there, the 6 people and just left.
Probably. But I asked the dude in the front of the line, I was like, when did you get here? And he's like, I got here at like 6 this morning. So I probably should have just done that, But that's okay. So I called you, and I was like, hey, man. I was like, I know you could see GameStop from your job or whatever. So I was like, what's it looking like over there? And you're like, there's only one guy. I was like, all right, bet. So I went over there, and by the time I got there was like 6 dudes, and they only had 5 there.
Damn, and that 6 guys, like, yeah. I'm just waiting anyways.
And all those guys were like, yeah, we just came over from the other GameStop by Target, and they had like 11 at that GameStop. And anyways,
dang.
So short order, short supply, and I missed out. But that's okay. It's my own fault for not trying a little bit harder.
It's pretty crazy that it's like 5 per store.
I've come to the conclusion that I'm just gonna get one when I get one. Like I'm not upset about it anymore. I'm not like trying to save up all my money and like kill myself over it.
It's not like you can't play it on PC, whatever game comes out right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Except for Ratchet
Spider-Man
and Clank
or whatever, and I'll eventually play that, when I get it. That'll just mean I'll have more to do when I finally get my PS5, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought Spider-Man was supposed to come to PC, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that's their money maker right now, to be honest with you.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes sense. Well, sorry to hear that you couldn't get your hands on a cool PS5 because I got 6 of them. No, I'm just kidding. No, I didn't.
Son of a bitch.
I actually, when I got off the phone with you, I went over and stole the pre-order.
You got all of them, just like.
No. I paid those guys to go stand there. Yeah, no.
Oh, that'd be fucked up.
Nah, this week, I have not been trying to pre-order anything because I'm just going to let it happen. I'm probably going to go focus on my PC stuff right now.
It's probably the smart thing to do.
I want to get that 3070,
Oh, yeah. Me too.
That'll be dope.
That's gonna be hard to get though. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'll just pay someone else to stand in line. No, I'm just kidding. But
You could pay for a bot and use a bot to get it yourself. You know what I mean?
That's true. Whenever they come to physical stores, I feel like it'll be easier to get a hold of. You know?
Sure. I think it's gonna be hard to get a hold of for a long time. I really do. Especially the NVIDIA 30 series cards, like PS5s and Xboxes. I think after those come out, I really think it won't be hard to get. But you're right. Freeze yourself.
That South Park episode about the Wii. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Come on, Games for you.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like one of my favorite South Park episodes.
That's a good episode. Yeah. So eventually, that's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna get my graphics card and live that life. Also, been watching Dragon Ball Z. I started from the beginning. Been watching through that. It's pretty great.
Nice.
You know,
I still, to this day, have never watched Dragon Ball Z at all.
Not like even a single episode?
Maybe like an episode when I was a kid, like at your house, you know what I mean? But like, I never like, as an adult, I don't remember any of it, you know what I mean?
It's a pretty good storyline. I mean, like, because you can go all the way through Dragon Ball, like, catch the origins, but you don't really have to. Just watch, because like Dragon Ball was more of like a comedy.
People have told me to skip Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's a straight up comedy. Like, Akira Toriyama, whatever his name is, was like, I just want to make something funny and fun about martial arts. And then Dragon Ball Z is like where it just becomes like super serious. People are dying all over the place, and like, they're just fighting. And
I bought the Dragon Ball Z video game, and that was I intended to like go through the story for the first time as the video game, because I've heard that it's basically just the show in video game form. So that was my idea behind Dragon Ball Z. It's like, that's my first.
Never played it.
I've never played it. I have it on my computer, downloaded, ready to go.
You should play through it, and then like, cause like I'm about to be at like the Frieza saga part, so I want to see how similar it is to the actual story. You should play it, and then we could like talk about what's going on.
I'll play it, and I'll just like feed you the story as it's coming to me, and you can tell me how accurate it is to the actual show. Okay, I like that.
Sounds like a plan. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. No, but that's about it. That's been my week. It's been that, and going to I went to the mall for the first time like since all of this COVID stuff has been happening.
Oh yeah.
And it was pretty crazy. We have an Amazon store in the mall now.
Yeah, I've actually been to the mall somewhat recently.
Yeah. Did you go into the Amazon store?
No, I didn't. What did they have in there?
So like
I saw them building it. Last time I was at the mall, I saw like the how they put the like paper wall up when they're like building the store or whatever. Yeah.
It's like Amazon store coming soon.
Yeah.
So like basically I asked the lady, I was like, how does this work, and what is the point of this place? Like, why would you go to an Amazon store versus just buying it online? And she was like, what we do is we take the top trending items and like we put them in here, like the most popular items or Amazon items. And then like whenever you go in, you can use, if you have Amazon Prime, you get your Amazon Prime discount on whatever you're buying in there. Like they have their normal price and then the Amazon Prime discount. So like,
oh, that's a bad.
Yeah, they had like a box of like, like assorted Legos, like 450 pieces or whatever for like $20 something with your Amazon Prime membership. And like without the Prime, it's like almost $40.
Yeah, I'm a Prime member. Can you sign up for Prime at the store? I bet you can.
I think so. Yeah. And she was saying how like they were trying to or like they're gonna have it to where you can pick up things like that you order on Amazon from there. Like I don't know why you would do that, but
maybe
like,
if you just wanted to get it faster or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Something like that. But it was cool.
That is really cool. I saw a thing behind the gas station the other day, and it said Amazon Pickup Station, and it was like it looked like a vending machine.
It's a big box.
Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck it was, but
they have those at in certain apartment complexes and stuff. I guess it's like in case so you don't get your packages stolen or whatever.
Okay.
They'll just put them in there instead of putting it in front of your door.
That makes sense, I guess.
Anyways, yeah. So eventful week, but so let's jump into the gaming news. Unless you have something that you want to talk about.
No, not really.
Okay. So just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. We are simply giving commentary on these articles, bringing them all to one place and throwing it in your face. Los locos kick your balls.
What?
No, no. Do you remember Johnny Five? You don't remember Johnny Five? Short Circuit.
Yeah. I
They're
do.
like, Los locos kick your ass. Yeah.
That was such a good movie. I don't remember anything except for the robot just screaming, "I'm alive!" and like
Johnny Five is alive. Great movie. Do you know
indeed.
there's a guy in that movie, there's a white guy who plays an Indian guy. Like,
That's hella offensive.
dude, like straight up that entire movie, like the main character is an Indian guy who's being played by a white guy, like in brown face.
Just Robert Downing Jr.
Like they weren't even fucking around there. As a kid, I thought it was a legit Indian guy. And
Yeah,
then,
me
like,
too. I never thought like, okay, there's somebody in a costume during that movie.
Yeah,
Except maybe the robot. You
No,
know what
I
mean?
went
Like,
back as an adult and watched it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, no way. I'm like IMDb and that shit. I'm
It
like,
was a different time, bro. You know,
for real. That's crazy.
man.
Anyways,
I feel like I need to watch that again.
yeah.
Where'd
dude.
you watch that?
I have it on VHS.
Oh, you have it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm a loser.
No, That's pretty cool.
I'm a
actually.
failure. Just let it all out right here. All right, so let's start this. You want me to start it? You want to start it?
I can kick it off since we were talking about Amazon.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Amazon has unveiled its own cloud gaming service called Luna, which will use Amazon Web Services as its backbone. CNET reports the service is touting the ability to play anywhere, including iPhone and iPad. You can request early access to the service starting today. Amazon says that at launch, Luna will be playable on PC, Mac, Amazon's own Fire TV devices, as well as iPhone and iPad through web apps. An Android version is said to be coming soon as well. This is a notable difference between Luna and the cloud gaming services from Microsoft and Google, xCloud and Stadia, respectively, which have run into Apple's policies that have prevented the ability to play on iOS devices. Apple recently changed its rules, but Microsoft issued a statement maintaining that it's still a bad experience for gamers. For the time being, Luna will be available in the mainland U.S., and it is not available in Hawaii, Alaska, or U.S. territories. So, Amazon's getting in the game with this. I don't think it's a bad idea. You know, we know Amazon's got their little game studio where they're making their own games, or they're trying to anyways now.
Yeah, their first one was like an utter failure.
To be honest, their lineup right now looks better than Stadia's launch lineup. And I trust Amazon a little more than I trust Google for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, anything is going to be better than Stadia.
If they can get this to actually work on iPhone without any kind of caveats or anything, though, this could be a game changer, especially if they can get it to work before xCloud and Stadia figure it out. You know what I mean?
For sure. That would be crazy. I mean, it's just another step towards the streaming of game future.
Yeah. The real question is, are they going to follow the Stadia business model where it's like they have all these games you can stream, but you have to pay for them all individually?
That would be stupid.
Or are they going to follow the xCloud business model where it's like you have a roster of Netflix-style games that you can pick from?
If they were smart, they would just add it as a part of Amazon Prime.
Dude,
like just like Amazon Music and like all the rest of the shit.
I think that's what they should do, because like Amazon TV or whatever, what's it called?
Prime.
Prime Video. Amazon Prime Video is pretty damn good for what it is, and it's just part of Amazon Prime. You know what I mean?
Same with their music. It's just like Spotify, like you have access to like all the music ever,
I'm already an Amazon Prime member, so this would be a huge bonus for me if they did that. You know what I mean?
Same. So Stephen T. Wright at GameSpot says, as teased by the official Xbox Game Pass Twitter account, Doom Eternal will come to the service next month, but only on Android and console. Some other notable games will soon be added to Xbox Game Pass as well. The cooperative village building game Drake Hollow is coming to the PC version of the service, and heavy metal adventure Brutal Legend is being added to the console library soon after.
So you guys get Brutal Legend and Doom Eternal, and we get some bullshit fucking like, dude, I don't know. That makes me mad. Why isn't Doom Eternal coming to PC? Like, why not? You own Bethesda.
Well,
Fucking put it on all of them.
You have to give them time.
Put it on!
Give me Doom Eternal right now.
I mean, I own Doom Eternal on PC, but that's still unfair. You know what I mean? Like, why not? Why not just put it on PC?
I think it will.
It's already optimized for PC. The PC game is out, and it exists, and it's great. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see what the issue is here.
It might be some type of like licensing issue at the moment while they're still in, purchasing it. You know what I'm saying? Like purchasing Bethesda and whatnot.
I mean, this is cool and all, but to me, like, this is kind of a given. Like, I think, like, all the Bethesda games are going to eventually make their way to Game Pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
we'll talk about that later. That's more topic oriented. We got to save some of that.
Yeah.
But
Truth.
Brutal Legend is coming to the console library. Forza Motorsport 7, the latest entry in the acclaimed racing sim, is coming to PC, console, and Android at the same time as Brutal Legend, along with the Magic School-themed turn-based game RPG or turn-based RPG game Eichenfell, whatever the fuck that means. But anyways, yeah. So there you go. There you have it. Some more free games coming your way if you got the Game Pass.
Wait, was Forza 7 ever on PC, or has that always been a console game?
I think that's always been console.
So we're over here optimizing Forza 7 for PC.
Look, man.
When we've already got Doom Eternal ready to go on PC. I'm sorry.
They're out here trying, okay?
They need to try a little harder.
They just spent $7.5 billion on your ass.
That's exactly why they need to start doing that shit, man. Like, man, they should be able to do whatever they want. That just means they don't want to put it on PC. You know what I mean?
don't think so.
I don't know,
I think there's got to be something going on.
I don't trust it. Okay.
What you got?
A release date for Yakuza Like a Dragon on PS5 has been announced, and it will be available on March 2nd, 2021. Meanwhile, all other versions of the game are now shifting their date to align with that of the next-gen Xbox version. Like a Dragon releases on November 10th, 2020 for Xbox Series X, Series S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Sega previously confirmed that Like a Dragon would receive PS5 version and promised an upgrade path from the PS4 version. And indeed, buying the PS4 version digitally will entitle you to a free download of the PS5 version once it's available. So that kind of seems like a kind of a dick move on Xbox's part. They're just like, okay, it's going to come out to us first, and PS5 can have it in March sometime. You know what I mean? Like,
man, that's how it goes. That's what exclusives are.
I guess so.
You know, I mean, PlayStation would be doing the same shit like they got their Spider-Man over there.
True.
You know, but, Like a Dragon always reminds me of Like a Rock. Like, I don't know why. Like, I wish they would have named it something else.
See, I always think, like a virgin.
That too. Like a dragon. Yeah. So the next chapter in Call of Duty Modern Warfare and the Battle Royale game Warzone is about to unfold. The Season 6 update for the popular multiplayer shooter has gone live, and the patch notes are also out. The Season 6 patch includes a number of general fixes. For C4, a beep will now play when you use the quick detonation trigger. Throw velocity has also been dropped by 30%. The patch also fixes an issue where players could hold unlimited stopping power rounds. In terms of weapons, the Origin 12 shotgun has seen its damage at close range reduced. Thank God. Well, like, seriously, the Origin had become, they did with FF7?
Yeah.
What was he talking about?
He's talking about the PlayStation releasing.
Oh, the release. Oh, yeah, the exclusivity. Yeah, they did. PlayStation, Alonzi Jonesy is saying that, PlayStation was doing that with the, with Final Fantasy VII. Anyways, the Origin 12 shotgun is the worst thing that's ever happened to Warzone, in my opinion. But while all shotgun slug damage for Warzone has been increased, additionally, the patch fixes a pair of problems that cause the player's watch or heartbeat sensor to fail, to fully appear when using the XRK chainsaw attachment on the Finn LMG. For Warzone specifically, Infinity Ward has fixed a collision issue for the stadium, while the patch also fixes an exploit that allowed players to see through a fence. The patch also fixes an issue whereby players could not damage enemies while using the Ascender. Even before revealing the patch notes, Infinity Ward provided an exhaustive rundown of what's in the Season 6 update. This includes new maps for Modern Warfare, more weapons, and a new subway system in the Battle Royale game.
Oh, Oh, fun.
Yeah, there are also new operators coming, including Farah from the Modern Warfare campaign, while there will be a new battle pass to get started on with the Season 6 refresh. The game will also feature a Halloween-themed event called The Haunting of Verdansk, featuring limited-time modes and rewards. The PS4 version of Modern Warfare will see more exclusive content, but the previously PS4 exclusive survival mode will finally be coming to Xbox and PC.
Is this already out?
I believe it comes out tomorrow on the 30th. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. I could be wrong. It might already be out.
I haven't played Warzone in a while, so I'm kind of excited to check out the new subway system and stuff.
Yeah, dude, you gotta hop on. The Haunting of Verdansk thing is I think it's gonna be that zombie mode for Warzone.
Right. I saw some stuff about that. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah,
you know?
it's only gonna be like a week long though, or something like that. It's only gonna last from like the 20th of October to like the 3rd or something.
Hey, when is Cold War
like
coming out? Is that November?
November.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's a ways off. Once that game drops, like Warzone's supposed to be like a whole new thing, basically.
Cool.
But yeah,
that's exciting. I hope they do like a whole new map. That would be
yes.
Developer Inner Sloth has decided to cancel Among Us 2 and instead focus on expanding the content offered in Among Us. In a blog post, the developer wrote that the decision was made in response to the recent spike in popularity for the party survival game, which has been downloaded over 41 million times in just September alone. All of the content we had planned for Among Us 2 will instead go into Among Us 1, Inner Sloth writes. This is probably the more difficult choice because it means going deep into the core code of the game and reworking several parts of it. We have lots of things planned, and we're excited to bring you new content to everyone. To bring new content to everyone as you continue to enjoy playing. So that's good news and bad news, I guess. We won't get a sequel, but we will get lots of new stuff added soon.
They really don't need a sequel.
No.
There's really no point to making a sequel to this game.
Yeah. Unless you make them like 3D or something, you know what I mean? Like
the maps alone will be better than a sequel, I think. Like it's more of a platform than it should be a game that you just make sequels for. You know, it's like just keep adding maps, keep adding new like things you can do, you know, like
plus you'd hate to split up your player base at this point when you have such a strong, you know, player base, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. So Steve Watts at GameSpot says the ongoing legal tensions between Apple and Epic had a day in virtual court. The current situation hasn't changed in any notable ways yet. Apple's ban on Fortnite will continue for the time being, but it was overall a difficult day for Epic and set the stage for the case to be heard next July. CNET reports that California Judge Yvonne Gonzalez Rogers upheld the ban and said the companies will hear from her in writing. She recommended a trial by jury, but that next step will be up to Apple or Epic to request. She noted that her courtroom is, quote, just a stepping stone toward the likely inevitability of a jury trial. Rogers took a harsh tone with Epic, saying that it had circumvented Apple's policy despite its contractual obligations. Obvious. At different points, she said Epic was, quote-unquote, not forthright, and even that it had, quote-unquote, lied by issuing an update when it knew Apple's contract prevented it from doing so, according to CNN Tech reporter Brian Fung.
Wait, this is the judge saying all this?
The judge said this, yeah.
And yet she's still requesting a trial by jury? Like, why not
I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay.
She also said it wasn't forthcoming and referred to its overall demeanor as a security issue. Fung characterized
She's right, though. I mean...
Yeah. No, she's definitely right. But listen to what Epic says. Fung characterized the judge as generally skeptical of Epic's claims. Rogers suggested that while awaiting trial, Apple may allow Fortnite back onto the App Store while the money collected was held in escrow. Apple's lawyers said they would have to confer, but Epic turned down the offer and said the court shouldn't provide assistance to unlawful provisions of monopolists. Yeah, if Epic maintains that compromise position, we may not see Fortnite appear on the App Store until after the trial concludes. Given that it isn't even slated to start until July 2021, that may be a long time.
Bro, if Apple was a fucking monopoly, Android wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Like, do they not understand what a monopoly is? Like,
I feel like they took a bunch of acid and like suddenly like they're just like, dude, we gotta fight the man, bro. And like
Tim Sweeney's
yeah,
just like tripping balls.
yeah,
like.
they're like, Tim, you gotta stop doing the acid, bro. Just give it 1 week. Just 1 week, and then look at this court case. He's like, nah, bro, I ain't fucking bending to the man. Yeah, it's like, they're like, chill, dude. You're making this worse on us. You're making this hard. And he's like, you know who's making it hard? The Monopoly guy. And it's like,
my thing is, it's like if you want to be on Apple's App Store, it's like you're going into their house and then telling them like, I don't like how your furniture is arranged. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
what the fuck? Like, no,
because of this, Google's App Store or whatever now has made it like you have to give 30% no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, that was always the rule on Google, but apparently they didn't like enforce it.
Yeah, it was like lenient.
Before. Yeah,
and now because of Epic, they're like, okay, we're just gonna have to be strict across the board and play by the book. They're follow the book.
Epic is going to make this hard for everybody. You know what I mean? And they're going to make this especially hard on companies like Microsoft and stuff that are trying to do the right thing and get their fucking shit through the right channels, to like do xCloud and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, now that you got to go through extra hoops because Epic's over here acting like a fucking asshole. You know what I mean?
They're like making up stuff, like literally just lying.
And then they're using their tons of money to like produce these like high quality propaganda videos and shit. Like come on, guys,
we can all see you. We see what you're doing. Like it's like even. It's like, who are they trying to talk to? Like, who is this for? I really don't understand. Like, I mean, I guess they just wanted a bunch of money, Like, I just don't really know what was going on here. There's like the motive just isn't there. Like, that's why it feels like he almost just did a bunch of acid. And, like, he's just like chilling and telling people to do stuff, and they're just like, bro, we don't need to do this.
I feel like what their end game is here is to try to get some kind of secondary way to download apps onto Apple, like Android, because they're not attacking Android, who has the same policy and basically is kick them out of their store too.
Yeah. I mean, but they went after Apple because they're the monopoly. Yeah. It makes no sense. Like where does this guy get off? Or where does Epic get off? I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Anyways, what you got?
Okay, let's see. Another ridiculous lawsuit over here. WWE and 2K are being taken to court over the depiction of one wrestler's sleeve of tattoos.
Gosh.
The Hollywood Reporter notes that the artist Catherine Alexander has challenged these organizations over their use of her tattoo designs, presented on player model of Randy Orton, which marks the first case of a copyright dispute over tattoo art reproduction in a game that has gone to trial. A federal judge in Illinois has given a partial summary judgment that finds that the WWE 2K game series has copied Alexander's work, and it will now come down to a jury to decide whether this constitutes copyright infringement. The case centers around 6 tattoos on Orton's arm, all of which have been recreated in-game, which Alexander never gave permission to reproduce. This is not the first time 2K has been to court over tattoos, but when a similar challenge happened relating to NBA 2K, the courts found in favor of 2K. The case was never taken to trial.
This is just dumb because, first off, the person who is buying the tattoo to be put on their arm is basically purchasing a license to use that art.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Randy Orton should have the
rights to that
on whether he could be pissed about this, not this bitch. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, just because you made the art, like, you didn't go and like legally get that art like patented and
that guy's not your fucking walking canvas that just like no, dude, you have sold your artwork at that point. That's what you're being paid for.
Yeah,
you know what
you're
I mean?
literally selling your art, and like putting it. That'd be like if nobody could do anything. He wouldn't even be able to be like in the WWE at this point, because every time he'd be on film, they'd have to blur out his arm.
That'd be like selling a painting to somebody, and then they got it hung up in the White House, and then you sued the White House.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like,
excuse me?
I painted that, so I get to say where it goes. Like, no,
I
dude.
just like scribble it out.
This is the dumbest shit ever, and the fact that it's even going to trial at all is fucking ridiculous. And that fucking Catherine Alexander bitch, like, first of all, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. That's
Second
like
of
the
all,
most pretentious thing I've
dude,
ever heard of.
Yeah, for real. Like, don't get your tattoos done by this bitch because you'll get in fucking legal trouble later in life. Like,
Yeah, like what is going on, man? You can't even like take Facebook photos. She's like, "Excuse me, you need to take down your profile pic because I can see my art in it."
dude, yeah, like what the fuck is this guy supposed to like? What is she gonna sue the NBA for not blurring it out and being on TV?
That's what I'm
You know
saying.
what I
Well,
mean?
this is WWE, not the NBA.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Either way,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, you're going to sue the organization that has them on actual television. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, they didn't recreate it. You know what I'm saying? She just doesn't like the fact that they redid it.
Dude, she hates it. And what really makes me mad is, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Never mind.
It all just makes me
It
so
just makes me
mad.
so mad. It's just like,
That's all right. You know, she'll have her day in court. No, but Aaron Garst at GameSpot says Farmville is finally shutting down after 11 years. Developer and publisher Zynga will no longer support the game once companies like Adobe, Facebook, and Google stop supporting the Flash player that Farmville runs on at the end of this year.
whatever will I do?
Right? Oh my cows. No, following an incredible 11 years since its initial launch back in 2009, we are officially announcing the closure of the original Farmville game on Facebook, Zynga wrote on its official support site. As previously stated, Adobe will stop distributing and updating Flash Player for all web browsers, and Facebook will stop supporting Flash games on the platform completely after December 31st, 2020. Farmville will therefore be directly affected as a result of this.
So not just Farmville,
All of their games.
Flash games.
Yep.
Like, that's my childhood. Just
A lot of these games
Dead.
have been recreated in a different
engine.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you can still have access to them. There's like websites that like basically store them all.
I was about to be sad if I couldn't toss the turtle anymore. You know what I'm saying?
So many good games, dude. Little stickmen fighting games and stuff. The game will be playable until December 31st, but will be completely shut off afterwards. In-app purchases will be shut off on November 17th. Zynga encouraged players to move to Farmville 2, Tropic Escape, Farmville 2, Country Escape, and Farmville 3, which soft launched in 2019, but still isn't widely available on mobile. So I didn't know there was like sequels to Farmville,
me either.
the ultimate franchise. Anyways, goodbye to a generation. Like, did you ever play Farmville back in the day?
No, I got invited like every other
Yeah,
day,
every
though.
2 seconds.
I'd get like Farmville invites.
Oh man, the good old days.
The good old days. Okay. Let's see. Excuse me.
These bangs, man.
It's the bangs, bro. Xbox Series X and Series S are coming in November, and Microsoft has taken the wraps off the full tech specs. That includes the 1 terabyte SSD that will store your games on Xbox Series X. But as usual for game consoles, not every bit of that storage space will actually be usable. In GameSpot's Xbox Series X hands-on preview, Michael Higham confirmed that the usable space in the SSD is 802 gigabytes. That roughly cuts your usable space by 1/5 right from the start. So, you know, that kind of makes you think about how small PlayStation's SSD is actually going to be. If they're doing an 850, right?
Yep.
That's what they're doing. So if they're doing 850 right off the
Or it's
gate,
875.
875, something like that, that's already going to be a little smaller than that even. So, I don't know.
I think it's going to come out to like 500 probably.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yep.
That's bad.
It's a big scare bear right there.
I mean, you're going to have these new games that are like 100 gigabytes a pop. You know what I mean? Like,
You got Warzone. You're done. Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, that's crazy. They were also showing off like a lot of the like load times and stuff. Did you see that? Like
No,
for
I
Series
didn't.
X?
Was it impressive?
Apparently it was. Steve Watts at GameSpot says Microsoft recently announced that the Xbox Game Pass service will be adding EA Play this holiday, giving a notable boost to the value of the subscription service.
Nice.
Now,
did we talk about this already?
we have, but this is some new news on it.
New?
Yeah, now it has put an exact date on the addition, confirming it will come to the console version of Xbox Game Pass right alongside the new Xbox Series X and Series S on November 10th. In the new announcement, Microsoft also noted that in December, you'll be able to use the EA Play subscription on PCs with your Game Pass PC or Game Pass Ultimate subscription. You'll also be able to play many of them on Android devices via Xbox's xCloud streaming service as well. So
very cool.
Yeah, November 10th. You can play it on console, and then December you'll be able to play it on PC.
And guys, if you're one of those people like me that likes to go buy old games, but you're also a Game Pass subscriber, I would be careful not to buy any EA games until this thing goes through, because there's lots and lots of games that are going to be coming, like basically all the Battlefield games, A Way Out, several other really good games. So, just check and make sure it's not already on EA Play or whatever before you buy it. You know what I'm saying?
I think Squadrons is coming to Game Pass as well.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's hella cool if it's true. I know that even if it isn't, you can get discounts on all the new EA games and stuff with EA Play or whatever it's called. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, yeah. For sure. What you got?
Let's see. Oh, okay. Fortnite bought, I'm not going to read the whole article, but Fortnite bought a company called Super Awesome, which creates tools for developers to create safer digital experiences for younger audiences. So basically, it's like, instead of like an anti-cheating tool, it's like an anti-adult stuff tool. And I think they're going to somehow incorporate it into Fortnite and other games by Epic to have like
Rocket
a more
League and stuff like that.
Have a more kid-friendly environment. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Rocket League, I got this written down somewhere. Hang on, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this because it's tight. After 5+ years on the market as one of the most popular multiplayer games around, Rocket League is now free to play on consoles and PC. As part of its move to free-to-play, Rocket League has also launched on the Epic Games Store. Both newcomers and seasoned veterans alike will want to claim Rocket League at Epic right now thanks to a great promotion. If you add Rocket League to your Epic account before October 23rd, you will get a $10 coupon as well as a couple of in-game bonuses. So basically, if you download the free-to-play, or you don't even have to download it, just add it to your library on Epic and you'll get a $10 coupon for your next purchase of over $15. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because they own that game now, right?
Yeah,
Epic does. Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. So Gabe Gerwin at GameSpot says Resident Evil fans have been getting absolutely spoiled as of late, with the Resident Evil 3 remake releasing earlier this year and Resident Evil Village following in 2021. However, they're also going to get an all-new CG Netflix series next year called Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, and it stars two of the most iconic characters in the franchise. Announced during the Tokyo Game Show, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness stars Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield, who were both previously in Resident Evil 2. The series seems to live up to its title based on the visuals we've seen thus far, and it looks like it could be taking a more horror-focused and less action-heavy route than some of the previous Resident Evil CG projects. This would seem fitting, as Chris and Claire starred in a game that relied much more heavily on tension and suspense than all-out chaos. Resident Evil Infinite Darkness isn't the only project Netflix has in the works for the franchise. It's also going to air a live-action show that stars Albert Wesker's twin daughters, set in 2 different time periods. It seems like it will add more context to the Wesker family, and it's being produced by Constantin Film, the same production company that handled the live-action films. But anyways,
first of all, I think the Netflix one's going to be terrible.
The CG one?
No, not the CG one.
The live action.
Live-action
yeah, that
one.
shit's going to be sucky.
I don't want it to be terrible, but I think it's going to be terrible. The CG one, on the other hand, looks pretty good. Yeah, I think it'll be decent. I've never been a huge fan of the CG movies and stuff, like they've done Resident Evil CG movies before that weren't that great.
No.
And they did, the Final Fantasy movies back in the day.
That doesn't even count. That had nothing to do with Final Fantasy. Have you watched those movies?
No, but
that movie in a long time?
Spirits Within.
Spirits Within. That movie, it's like, why did they even call that Final Fantasy?
It's not even the content of the movies that bother me. It's like when I'm watching those movies, I feel like I'm watching like a low budget like Pixar movie
Toy Story.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one actually the animations look a lot cleaner and better than like, previous iterations of, I don't know.
They should have just made it anime.
Yeah, I think anime would be tight.
Like, I feel like that'd be better.
I'm still down to watch it though. I just hope it's good.
Yeah, same.
Let's see.
Yeah, what you got?
Almost 2 months after it was released, Microsoft Flight Simulator will receive its first substantial update next week. World Update 1 will be a free upgrade that focuses on Japan. Using an improved digital elevation map of the entire country and high-resolution 3D photogrammetry that adds 6 Japanese cities to the game. Sendai, Takamatsu, Tokushima, Tokyo. I don't know these names. I'm sorry, guys. Lots of They're basically just adding Japan in, making it really good. It's going to be dope. Check it out on September 29th.
Cool. Yeah, you keep going. I'm out of news.
Oh, okay. I think I've got one more here.
All right.
Life is Strange developer Don't Nod Entertainment has announced that it has opened a new Montreal-based studio. According to a press release, according to a press release, work on a brand new IP. The new studio will be led by executive producer Luke Bagadost and creative director Michael Koch.
I love these names.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Bagados and Michael Koch.
Michael Koch. It's probably Koch. I don't know.
Just call him Koch.
I'm going to call him Koch. With the formation of a new team on another continent, we are writing a new page of Don't Nod's history, Koch said. It's also a new beginning for new characters and original stories that we hope will touch and inspire many players around the world. So that's exciting. I feel like, with Telltale kind of like dead, in a ditch somewhere, there's this big empty space in the market where, Quantic Dreams puts out one game every like 5 years or some shit, you know what I mean? It's like there's just not enough story games in the market now, you know what I mean?
Well, you got the Tell Me Why.
Yeah, but it was okay, you know what I mean? But I finished that quick, you know what I'm saying? That was the beauty of Telltale, is they were putting out new shit like every other day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but never of the same story, so you'd get like one season and then 10 years later you'd finish like the second season.
Yeah, true.
But anyways, good news, I guess. Good news all around.
Yeah.
So that's it for this week's gaming news. We're going to jump into this week's releases, where I'm going to let you know which brand new games are coming out in the next 7 days, starting with Commander 85, coming to Xbox One, PC September 30th. Couldn't find a price for this game, but Commander 85 is a sci-fi thriller about a seemingly ordinary birthday present that changes the lives of the main characters forever, disturbing the sleepy peace of the Chicago suburbs. The trailer for this looks interesting. It's like a first-person game, like you're like in these like you get this present and you open it, and then you're like riding a bike and like all this. I don't really know what's happening.
What's it? How much is it?
I couldn't find a price for it, but it's going to be on PC and Xbox One.
Commander 85. Are you like a kid?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
And then we have Ys Origin coming to Switch on October 1st for $19.99. Set 700 years before the first title in the Ys series. The Ys Origin story focuses on the twin goddesses and the mysterious Black Pearl made famous in Ys 1 and 2, and follows the adventures of several playable characters as they ascend the menacing Darm Tower. Okay. Code of Princess X coming to PC October 1st. Couldn't find a price. Code of Princess X brings a unique combination of beat-em-up action and role-playing depth to Nintendo Switch. Oh, wait. Well, I guess it's coming to PC, though. Okay. So, and then we have Warsaw coming to Switch on October 1st for $19.99. Set during World War II, Warsaw is a beautifully hand-painted tactical role-playing game set in the Nazi-invaded Central European capital city of Warsaw. And then we have Costume Kingdom. And that's coming to PS4 on October 1st for $9.99. Costume Kingdom is a Halloween-themed turn-based action-adventure game set in an open-world environment. Then we have Super Mario Bros. 35 coming to Switch on October 1st. It's free to play. Welcome to Super Mario with 35 players. In the competitive online battle game Super Mario Bros. 35, a crowd of players will compete to be the last Mario standing.
I'm going to be hopping on that for sure.
Yeah, you got to check it. And then we got Unmetal coming to PC on October 2nd. Couldn't find a price. Unmetal is a 2D stealth action game with a bit of humor where the goal is to escape from an enemy military base. But what started as a simple breakout ended up being an inside operation to prevent a massive attack against NATO. Okay, and then we have Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time.
Oh, already?
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be like next gen.
No. Yeah, it's coming to PS4 and Xbox One on October 2nd for $59.99.
Okay.
Crash forward. Get it? Because it's Crash forward into a time-shattered adventure.
Oh, no.
With your favorite marsupials in Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. A brand-wumping new Crash Bandicoot platforming adventure. And then we have Star Wars Squadrons coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC on October 2nd for $39.99.
Hell yeah.
Master the art of starfighter combat in the authentic piloting experience. Star Wars Squadrons. Buckle up and feel the adrenaline of first-person multiplayer space dogfights along your squadron.
This is going to be so sick, dude. I'm so hyped about this. I can't wait to just throw my fucking VR helmet on and just blast everybody, dude.
Yeah, dude. What if it sucks?
Dude, there's like no way this is going to suck. Like, you know what I mean? At least in VR. You know what I mean? It might suck in like normal games.
You like put on the VR helmet, it's just shitty. It's just like the graphics suck. And
dude, I would be so heartbroken, man. There's like no way it can suck. Like I can't believe. I refuse to believe.
It's 2020. Don't press your luck. It could be the worst thing. No. Brain eating amoebas. Squadron sucks. No. We got Auto Chess coming to PS4 on October 4th. Couldn't find a price, but Auto Chess is a multiplayer online war chess game. By collecting and changing hero cards and arranging different formations, 8 chess gamers will be contending for the first prize in the following tens of minutes. And then we have Foregone coming to Switch, PS4, and Xbox One on October 5th for $24.99. Foregone is a fast and fluid 2D action platformer packed with legendary loot and stunning pixel art. Collect an arsenal of powerful weapons as you slice your way through hordes of enemies to save Callaghan. And then we have Primordials of Emirion coming to PC on October 6th. Couldn't find a price. Primordials of Emirion is a tug-of-war multiplayer online battle arena where players rule kingdoms and build armies to war for ever greater power. And then finally, we have Baldur's Gate 3 coming to Stadia and PC on October 6th for $60. Baldur's Gate 3 is the official third adventure in the venerable Baldur's Gate role-playing series. Okay. So that's it for our gaming releases this week. Now, basically, I got to go over some of these games with gold because October is about to be here. So, coming to Xbox One, Slay Away Camp Butcher's Cut is coming from October 1st through the 31st. And then the Book of Unwritten Tales 2 is going to be coming to Xbox One. Or wait, that's already there. But it'll be there till the 15th of October. And then there's Maid of Sker coming October 16th through November 15th. And then for the 360, we got Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy coming October 1st through the 5th. And then Costume Quest from October 16th to the 31st. So even if you're not going to play them, just download them. Get your free games while you still can.
I still haven't seen anything about PlayStation. Hang on. Here's a post from 10 hours ago. Okay, yeah, it's just predictions at this point. So nothing
we'll
solid.
Get it next week.
Yeah.
Next week on Game Speak Podcast. No, and then so let's jump on over to Currently Playing, where we're just going to talk about what we're playing. You want to go? You want me to go? How you going to do this?
I can go if you want.
Yeah, drop your list, dude.
So, okay, I'll start it off. I've been playing this game called Phasmophobia. Actually, I've only played a little bit of it because it's kind of terrifying.
Ooh.
Have you heard of this?
I think we talked about it on here.
It just came out. So
yeah, it was on weekly releases last week.
So basically, the game is like you and 3 other people, a team of 4, are like ghost hunters, right?
Online?
Yeah, online.
Okay.
So you and these people online are all going through this little haunted house, and you're like going room to room, doing like EMFs and checking the temperature and
EMVs?
Huh?
Is it EMV or is it EMF?
EMF, the electromagnetic frequencies, bro.
What's the EMV then? What am I
I
thinking?
think you're thinking of DMV, the
Yeah,
Department of Motor
okay.
Vehicles.
EMP.
EMP. Yeah.
Okay, electromagnetic pulse, right?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of that messes up electromagnetic frequencies.
Yeah. It might kill ghosts too. You never know.
Okay, all right.
But you go through with all this ghost hunting gear. You got crucifixes and tape recorders and just everything you can think of.
Is it a first-person game?
Yeah, it's first person. So, and you can play it in or out of VR. So,
Nice.
like, I was in VR, and like everybody else was like, "VR guy, come here," you know?
Why?
Because nobody else was playing in
Oh,
VR.
okay.
But it's a lot of fun, and it's scary as shit, dude. Like, you'll hear like noises behind you, and you turn around, there's like ghosts with fucking sickles trying to cut your head off, and like basically you're trying to get evidence and like find out what kind of ghost it is before it kills everybody in your team. It's a lot of fun.
That's pretty tight. So it's like kind of like Evolve, but with ghosts.
Kind of, except you're not really like fighting the ghost. You're just trying to like figure out what it is and get evidence of the ghost before it kills everybody. You know what I mean?
How do they keep the replay value up? Like, wouldn't you just run into the same ghost all the time and know what to do?
So I've only played a few different games, but it's a different ghost usually. That's part of the fun, is like trying to figure out what kind of ghost it is. And then it's a different like layout for the house every time.
What happens if the
mean?
ghost spots you? What do you do?
If the ghost spots you, it fucking tries to kill you.
How do you get away?
Well, I don't know. I've never really been killed. I've just like I've had one of my teammates in the other room die. You know what I mean? And they're like, "Oh, they got Steve," you know? Like, but I've only seen the ghost, like a few glimpses of the ghost. Like sometimes you can take a picture and like the ghost will appear in the picture, or like you'll see the ghost out of the corner of your eye. Like, I don't know. It's terrifying how
That's
they did
awesome.
it. You know what I mean? But it's like really fun. It's a lot of fun to like play and work as a team with people and like talk to people. I gotta say though, it's a lot less scary when you're actually like playing with people. Like the tutorial is fucking terrifying in VR. Like it's so scary because it's just you doing this ghost investigation by yourself, and they're telling you exactly what's gonna happen, but it's still terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
But then like I don't know, it's a lot more fun with other people.
That sounds tight. Yeah, I'd like to try that.
And I've also been playing Solaris Off-World Combat. This is the people who made Firewall 0 Hour for PSVR.
Nice.
This is their new game for Oculus. It's a lot of fun. It's like a 4v4 competitive online shooter, and I'm like really good at it for some reason. I don't know why, but like I keep going on these streaks where I'll just win like 20 games in a row, and it's fucking awesome.
Nice.
It feels like paintball or something when you're playing it, you know?
Really?
Yeah, because you have your little team and you're all talking to each other and like you're jumping around corners and sliding and shooting people. It's a lot more fast-paced than Firewall 0 Hour. It's like the same kind of good like multiplayer vibes, but it's way faster, and like the gun feels way more responsive. Like it's not like drifting all over the place because you're using an Oculus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
My only complaint, and I think almost everybody's complaint, is that for some reason your left hand isn't like independent. Like it's always attached to your gun. Even if you're waving your left hand around like this, it's like in game your hand is attached to the gun no matter what you do. You know what I mean? So it feels weird, but once you get over that, it's probably the most fun multiplayer game on VR right now. Like it is so much fucking fun. Like
better than hunting ghosts.
It's a different kind of game altogether. You know what I mean? Like this feels like the same kind of satisfaction as like Call of Duty, whereas that feels like the same kind of satisfaction as like Among Us or something.
Oh, okay.
You know
okay.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I like that.
They're both great games though. Then I've also been playing some non-VR stuff. I can't stop playing Avengers, man. I keep going back to it, and like it's something about it. It's really addictive. I think unlocking costumes is like my addiction. Like I can't stop trying to get new costumes and stuff. And I have been playing Mafia Remake.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
It's really good, man. You know, it shows its age a little bit just because like the way the missions are designed, it's like
Boring.
No, not at all. It goes straight from mission to mission, though. Like, there's not... You know how, like, in a Grand Theft Auto game, there's, like, an L on your map, and you drive to the L, and you start, like, Luigi's mission or some shit?
Yeah.
You know? Whereas Mafia just starts you in the mission. It's kind of like L.A. Noire. Like, you have this big open world, but every mission is, like, just directly into the mission, and you can't really go venture out unless you go to free drive mode and, like, explore the city on your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have this big open world, but no real reason to explore it. You know what I mean?
That's lame.
But it's also fucking beautiful, and the story is easily the best in the series. Like, Mafia 1 had... It's just as good as, like, Goodfellas or some fucking Mafia movie. You know what I mean? I don't know.
That's
I really
awesome.
enjoy the first Mafia game. But that also could be, like, nostalgia. You know what I mean? Like, seeing the little, like, Luigi's bar or whatever, and, like, the back alley where the first game took place, all remade in, like, beautiful 2K. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's another thing, though, I've noticed. Like, usually if I have the, like, okay, some games are just too high graphically for me to put to the highest setting. And so sometimes I have to choose, like, do I want my game on the 2K screen at medium settings or on the 1080 screen at high settings? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is, you know, not that big of a deal. But I found that some games look better in 1080 at the highest settings, and some games look better in 2K at the medium settings. And this is one of those games that looks better at a higher resolution with a lower graphics setting. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but it looks better in 2K at medium than it does at 1080 with the graphics cranked all the way up. I don't understand why, but it looks really, really good all around. I am excited about getting my new graphics card, though, so I won't even have to
Think about it.
think about these things, you know?
All high all the time.
All high. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun, especially if you played the old one.
Nice. Yeah, I've been wanting to look at that and see what it looks like.
My literal only complaint would be that the guns don't feel like they've got as much bang, as I want, you know? I want it to be like, pow, you know?
But it's more like a pow, you know?
I mean, really, like, especially considering all the other great sounds in the game, like the cars and stuff all feel like super, I don't know, squealy and
Squealy.
you know what I mean? But then the guns are just like,
Just pop guns.
yeah.
That's pretty crazy. So I've been playing, like, obviously Call of Duty Warzone. Didn't get a dub this week, but then I tried out Kathy Rain, which came to Game Pass PC, which is like a point-and-click
Oh, this
adventure.
is the one I was talking shit about a minute ago. Is it good?
Were you?
Well, I was just like, we get Kathy Rain while you guys get fucking...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, I'm not that far into it. I got to, like, the first puzzle, and I'm like, my brain hurts. Like, I really do. Like, it follows, like, this girl, Catherine Rain. You know, she's like...
Catherine Rain.
She's like a emo girl in the 90s who's just, like, you know, living with her college roommate, and like her roommate's like, you know, you should. I heard that this person died in whatever city or whatever, and his name was Joseph Rain or whatever. It's like, isn't that your hometown? And you're like, yeah, that was my grandfather. And like, you end up like going to like his funeral, and at his funeral you meet your grandmother that you haven't seen in like 15 years, and then you end up going to her house, and it turns out like your grandfather had been in a wheelchair for like since the big event or accident that your grandma always talks about. And it's like, what was the big event? And they're like, well, you know, they ended up closing the case on it. They found him on the side of the road, and like he was like in a trance, like, and then he was like he was never the same again, you know, for like 15 years.
This sounds depressing.
It's very, yeah, it's kind of crazy. And so like you're basically like going, you know, like you go digging through like the police files and stuff like that, trying to figure out what went down, like find a tape recorder, and from like in his like, you know, the case file. And then you're up in his attic, you know, you're doing an investigation where nobody else investigated. They just kind of were like, he was fine. or whatever, but like he actually left like a bunch of evidence towards something. So
Mm.
I'm trying to solve the mystery of Kathy Rain. Yeah, but
Sounds kind of good.
yeah, it's actually pretty good, and like the music is dope. The game looks good. It feels good. It feels like a classic point and click adventure.
Oh, that's my kind of game right there.
Yeah, I didn't like. I was like, okay, I'm gonna not play this if the reviews are bad. And for the most part, it's got like 9 out of 10, like 4 out of 5.
My problem with a lot of these modern like reimaginings of the point and click genre is like they almost get too ambitious with it. Like
This one's pretty straightforward.
what was that game that was Thimbleweed Park?
That was too much. Like
It
I
was
don't want to
too
play
much,
as like
dude.
4 different people.
It was
like
too much. It was overwhelming, you
Mhm.
know? And it had so much potential. I really wanted to like that game so bad. you
yeah,
know?
I wish it would have just been you play as one character and you go
Yes.
through the story.
Or like it alternates for you and you don't have any control over it or
Yes.
something. Like I don't know.
Exactly.
It was a little too much there.
This one you just play as one person, and
Cool.
it's very straightforward, but like the puzzles are hard. And then I played Among Us a lot. Me and my girlfriend have been playing it on our phones. Like it's kind of like we like to play a lot of board games or like like Mario Party and stuff. So this kind of fits perfect in with that. Like we'll just like chill at night and like see how many games we can play.
I forgot to mention I've been playing that a lot as well.
Among Us.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I
man.
can't get enough of it, man. I keep going. I just go in like little random rooms and just like, I don't know. I love being the killer. I love being the killer. I get so excited when I'm the imposter.
Yeah, my girlfriend, like the first time she was the imposter, she won. Like she straight murdered me and everybody. It was pretty bad.
I'm really good at like lying about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know.
It's like, what's going on? Yeah, like I just go into the thing. I'm like, I'm pretty active in the chat. Like,
I'll kill
the
somebody and like report the body. I'll be like, I don't know. I just found this guy dead. I don't know.
like I saw him
Crazy.
over by the like. My favorite thing is whenever somebody's like, it was purple or whatever, and everybody's like, yeah, right, and then they all vote against the guy who said it was purple and he's not the imposter, and then we all go back to the emergency button and we're like, yeah, let's get rid of purple, and then we win. So it's like
My favorite is like whenever they're like blue vented and everybody kills blue and then it wasn't the imposter and then I run to that emergency button and I like smack it and like he lied, we gotta kill him.
yeah, we got to kill that guy.
And everybody gets on board. They're like, okay, let's kill him. He
That's
lied.
what I'm saying.
Fuck yeah.
It's a fun game. It's really fun. And then yeah, that's all I've been playing. Yeah, those are the games. But anyways, so if you want to let us know what you've been playing, just drop it in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast, or you can join our Discord, which is GameSpeak Podcast. Actually, I need to make sure that's I don't remember what our Discord is actually called. But I'm going to start promoting that on here because that'd be an easier way to talk to people. But anyways, we're going to get into the topic of the show. And this week's topic of the show is the ZeniMax acquisition, or the effects of the ZeniMax acquisition, specifically, and what this means, for the future of gaming on console, so.
Or just gaming in general. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
This is
It's
a big enough
deal.
move to like affect the whole gaming industry. You know what I mean?
It is. So how do you feel about this? First off, there's no real clear, path. Like nobody's saying like, yes, for sure, we're going to, keep these games exclusive, or the only thing that we do know so far is that the games that were already confirmed for PlayStation will come out for PlayStation. But past that, we don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
It's all up in the air. What do we think? Do we think, Xbox is going to keep the major games exclusive from PlayStation, or do you think they're going to play nice?
Man, I mean, that's jumping into a big discussion because, like, you have to think about it from a financial standpoint from Xbox. I mean, do they stand to make more money releasing games to both platforms, which they would definitely make a shitload of money?
Yeah,
you
they
know what
definitely
I mean?
make more. But
Or do they make more money keeping their shit exclusive to Game Pass or Xbox and forcing people to come to Xbox?
yeah,
It's like-
exactly.
That's the real question here. You know what I mean? Like,
It
what
makes-
makes them more money, in the long run?
Well, and that's something you got to think about. Like, would it make them more money to sell consoles and hardware, or would it make them more money to sell just the software on multiple, platforms.
Or would it make them more money to do a mix of both? If you just drop the Bethesda software games on both platforms and then Doom and all that other shit comes exclusively to Xbox, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a thing you got to think about,
Yeah, I found this article by Eddie McCooch on GameSpot. It says, Bethesda Softworks founder Christopher Weaver, who no longer works at the game company, has shared his thoughts on Microsoft's $7.5 billion buyout of Bethesda and its parent company ZeniMax. Speaking to Inverse, Weaver said he sees Microsoft's acquisition of Bethesda as being similar to the company's buyout of Bungie. Microsoft famously acquired Bungie in 2000, and its new game Halo Combat Evolved proved to be a very big success and has since become synonymous with Xbox. Bungie and Microsoft later split, but Halo remains one of Microsoft's crown jewels. He says, the acquisition of Bungie acted as an important trigger for the success of the early Xbox. Depending upon how soon Bethesda can prime the Microsoft pipeline, I suspect Microsoft is looking at their playbook and looking to repeat one of its best moves, Weaver told the site. If the strategy works, it will be a brilliant countermove against Sony. Users from around the world will be the ultimate beneficiaries of this deal. I wish them well. So... This
is different, though. I mean, like, to say that this is, like, the same as the Bungie acquisition is totally just skewed, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, Bungie wasn't a big deal before Halo. You know what I'm saying? Bungie didn't have a roster of amazing games that are, like, highly regarded universally. You know what I mean? Bungie didn't have, like, 2 or 3 games in the pipeline that are already like highly regarded as like maybe the best game ever, and they haven't even come out yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, so this is more the important part of what he said. He said Weaver also spoke about how he believes Microsoft purposefully timed its announcement of the Bethesda deal to be close to the recent PS5 news. Quote, properly managed, consolidation can provide a powerful mechanism for groups to share experience and best practices, he said. I do not think it is any accident that this announcement occurred so close to Sony's PS5 announcement. There are only a limited number of proven creators of AAA titles. What Microsoft owns, Sony cannot get. There are many economies of scale that consolidation between the right partners has the capacity to provide, but the ultimate test will be evidenced by the quality of products produced over time. So
that's implying that like Xbox has known about this acquisition for a long time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But if that's the case, and fucking ZeniMax knew about this too for a long time, then I don't think we would be seeing like Deathloop and stuff, Ghostwire Tokyo as PlayStation exclusives. They wouldn't have agreed to that if they knew they were going to get bought by Xbox.
Is Ghostwire Tokyo exclusive?
Yeah, or no, it's exclusive for a while.
Timed exclusive?
Yeah, I think
okay.
So.
All right. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm saying. So this guy is like a founder or, like one of the Xbox, founders or whatever. So, I mean, he doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah.
But I think his opinion matters because
True.
he was there, like for a while and saw how things work behind the scenes. And he seems to think that they are going to keep things exclusive. I mean, we did have Phil Spencer say already announced Bethesda games won't be exclusive to Xbox, but he did say to Bloomberg that upcoming titles will arrive on other platforms on a, quote, case-by-case basis. So
whatever's going to make them the most money, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a toughie.
It's weird. It's like, what do you do? Because they're going to catch hate no matter what. Right now, hold on. Alonzi Jonesy says Microsoft makes a deal with Nintendo to allow xCloud to play on the Switch if they release the rights to Rare, allowing Nintendo to do a Rare port of 64 titles. That would be dope.
That would be dope. But I think that would benefit Xbox a little more than anything. You know what I mean? Like
use the GameSpeak podcast juju. Yeah, that
right.
It would be awesome.
I don't think xCloud will ever be on Switch, unfortunately. I want it to, but I don't think they will cooperate enough for that.
I don't think
happen.
Nintendo will. Yeah,
that's on Nintendo's side. Xbox would put their shit on PlayStation if they could. You know what I mean? Like
for sure. But okay, so like whenever it comes to these big, like people are already pissed off at Xbox right now. Like on the PlayStation side, I haven't seen the console war so bitter in so long. For like the longest time, it was just like obvious, like, okay, get a PlayStation. If you say Xbox is better, you're just a fucking troll. You know, like at that point, or like up until this point, that's how it was. But now there's actually a fighting chance on the Xbox side, you know? So like
more than a fighting chance. I feel
it's
like
a pretty big fight.
they just recruited the damn cavalry, dude. Like,
yeah. And so now you're seeing on Facebook and on Twitter and all over the internet, it's just constant bickering back and forth. Like, oh, well, you know, nobody cares about, you know, Bethesda games or whatever. And it's like, okay, I got to bring up something here. This is very important. Fallout 4. First off, everybody's like, oh, Skyrim sucked. Oblivion's better. Blah, 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 blah. Oblivion sold over 30 million copies on all platforms as of November 2016. Skyrim did. Oblivion only sold, I believe it was like 10, not even 10 million total, like overall up to date.
Well,
you know, it's
Skyrim's been re-released on basically every platform ever. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
Oblivion hasn't.
I thought it came to Xbox One as well.
Well, is it? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. But
either way, it didn't get a fucking grand re-release like
no,
Skyrim
not every
Special
week.
Edition. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that people like. Literally, Skyrim is one of the best-selling video games of all time.
Yeah.
Of all time.
I mean, arguing against Skyrim is like arguing against Grand Theft Auto 5 or something. You know, you just can't. I mean, like, the numbers speak for themselves, you know? But that's not the only thing. That's another thing. A lot of people think, okay, Microsoft bought Bethesda, so now they're just Fallout and Skyrim. It's like, no. Microsoft bought ZeniMax.
Yeah, they bought all those amazing
They
IPs.
have Elder Scrolls, they have Fallout, and both the online counterparts to both of those games. They have Quake, Wolfenstein, Rage, Doom, Prey, Dishonored, The Evil Within, Deathloop, and Ghostwire Tokyo all in their arsenal now.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean?
You know what would be crazy? All right, so Deathloop comes out, and it's like a PlayStation timed exclusive. You got your Ghostwire Tokyo. It's a timed exclusive. But then the sequels only come to Xbox.
That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. I'm serious.
Crazy. You know, like I don't think people realize that the playing field just got leveled.
And we're talking about exclusives a minute ago. Like, I'd say most of these games will be exclusive. I mean, you're not gonna pay $7.5 billion for a company and then just give the rights to your games away. It's like the Spider-Man thing, you know what I mean? Like, Sony's not going to put Spider-Man in shit because they paid a shitload of money for Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's staying on your console. Another thing is everybody was hating on Fallout. Fallout 4 was the highest selling in the franchise to date. So Fallout 4, Fallout games only sell more as each title comes out. Yeah. So like whenever people hate on Fallout 4, it doesn't add up to the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
And to me, like, your opinion is kind of invalid if you hate on Fallout 4. Like, I get it.
Your opinion is invalid.
I get it if you hate on Fallout 76. I get it. You know what I mean? But Fallout 4 is a goddamn great game.
Yeah.
You know
13.51 million units sold worldwide. Sold more than Oblivion. You know, like the fact is that, you know, as much as people want to hate on Bethesda, you know, it doesn't make any sense to at this point. Plus, you got Elder Scrolls 6, you got Starfield, you got Fallout, whatever, you know, 5 is coming.
Sure.
Within this generation. This is going to be a game changer. Like whether,
definitely.
You know, like I just don't know how this is going to affect things. I think whenever they put out the pre-orders for the Xbox Series X and the Series S, I don't think they would have sold out if they wouldn't have announced this.
I think they would have. I think scalpers would have bought it.
Scalpers, but I mean like people like going out and like wanting to get the Xbox Series X and stuff like that. You know, like, I mean, valid people going out to buy these consoles. The fact that Xbox Series X sold out just as quickly as the PlayStation 5 did, that shows you that this one maneuver, and notice they did it like the day before, like, you know, everything went down. Mm-hmm. It's just like, oh man, I'm so ready for this. I'm ready for this battle to begin, you know.
I'm really ready to see what becomes of this. Like, I want to see like a year or two down the road from now, you know what I mean, what the gaming landscape looks like, because it's not, man, this really changes the game, you know, like this puts Xbox in a crazy position, because like they've got Bethesda now. They've got Obsidian. We could do New Vegas 2. Even if you don't do New Vegas 2, you're probably going to get Outer Worlds 2 and that Avowed game. So we're going to have shitloads of RPGs, open world RPGs on Xbox, which if you're like me, that's like what you want. You know, I love open world RPGs. You know what I mean?
Like,
and I think a lot of people do. You know,
Xbox is definitely going to become the RPG console, the Western RPG console.
dude. Yes, Fable,
You know,
new Fable, bro.
Oh my gosh, dude.
The RPGs,
The
dude.
classics. But you know, and that's the other thing. Like Outer Worlds, they could do like now they can put in references to New Vegas or like things like that. They can combine worlds. You know, like they can do whatever.
Bro, even if they didn't do New Vegas 2, what if they did like, what if they just need to do some kind of collabo, dude? You know, everybody wants them to work together again.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know.
And the other thing is that this shows that Xbox is willing to, you know, go out of pocket for shit. You know, like I really think this isn't the last studio they're going to acquire. I think there's going to be another big one that they're going to grab. I'm not sure what it is, but I really think that there's going to be something else before the Xbox Series X is released. They're going to be like, also check this shit out.
Dude, another thing we got to think about with the whole ZeniMax acquisition, it's not just PlayStation that's affected by this, you know. Bethesda has notoriously been supportive of the
Nintendo,
Switch,
yeah,
in the past, and, you know, VR, you know, as a medium, as VR
True.
has grown, Bethesda has been one of the big players in the VR scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so this is some of the downfall to this is that people on Switch are probably going to lose their, you know, like ability to play these games, you know, like you know, you had what was it? Doom Eternal is supposed to come to Switch.
The Wolfenstein games came to Switch.
Yeah. Doom Eternal didn't even come out yet.
No, I think it
got
soon
delayed
or something.
But it makes you wonder if that's going to be you know, if that's going to continue. You know,
I don't think the like future ones, maybe not, but I bet.
Especially since they're possibly like there's talks of this Switch Pro or whatever coming during like past the holiday or like around March. Do you remember we were talking about that a couple weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
That there's like some pretty good on pretty good authority that there's a Switch Pro coming. You know, so like what's the point if you can't get your Bethesda games on it? You know what I'm saying? Because that was like the only reason to have like a better resolution and all that stuff. And that was like the only third-party studio really doing the big stuff.
Putting some crazy shit on there. They put a lot of games on there. I mean, Skyrim's on the Switch. A lot of stuff is on the Switch.
Yeah, Doom, Skyrim. What else did Bethesda put on there?
They did Wolfenstein 2 and Wolfenstein Youngblood, and they did...
There's one other one.
I know there's another one too. Fallout Shelter's on it for sure.
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't know.
But that'll be on every. I think.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is like, what if Xbox got all this stuff and they only kept supporting Switch, like, and they were just like, yo, fuck PlayStation. Like it would just piss people off more.
It would make sense though. I mean, it would make more sense to continue to support Switch just because they're more the handheld scene. You know, I don't know.
How do you think this is going to affect sales? Like, do you think this is going to make more people go towards Xbox?
You mean like sales of Xboxes?
Of console, yeah. Like, do you think more...
This is going to, like, massively affect sales. And that's the thing. Like you were saying earlier with them selling out, I think they would have sold out regardless just because of the hype and whatnot, you know? And also how difficult it is to get a different console at this time, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I think a year or two from now, when they're still selling... like crazy, it's going to be because of this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't think the sales are going to slow down as quickly as they would have otherwise. You know what I mean? I think people will continue to buy Xboxes more than they would have otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
You know
no,
I
agree. I just really want to see what happens because there's a lot of diehard PlayStation fans, but there's also a lot of diehard Bethesda fans. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, it's like which one wins out in this situation? Like really, this isn't an Xbox versus PlayStation. This is a Bethesda versus PlayStation now. You know, like in this situation where it's like you have to weigh out the pros and cons of never getting another Bethesda game, like main game on your console, or you go over and you get an Xbox and you have access to all the big Bethesda games, but you don't get like, you know, Spider-Man the God of War and stuff like that. It's like, what do you do? Like, do you choose God of War over Bethesda, or do you choose Bethesda over God of War?
Well, that's where the decision finally becomes a little tougher now, because like it was, like you said, it was an obvious decision before, but now it's like you actually have to think like what's more important to you.
Yeah, what are you going to play more? What has more replay value? People put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into Skyrim and Oblivion.
Right.
You like I think those, and a lot of people who don't play games play those games. Like that's the only game they play. Like I was talking to my brother, he's in the parkour like he's into parkour and that whole community, and he's like, yeah, a lot of people in the parkour community don't play video games, but they do play Skyrim. Like, or they do play Fallout or, Oblivion.
Well, I think it's one of those games like Grand Theft Auto or 2K that can kind of like transcend just the traditional gamers and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And so like that's going to play a big role in grabbing more of that mainstream, group of people. Like if they go in and they're like, well, my kid loves playing, the Oblivion games. Which console should I get him? They're going to be like, fucking Xbox. Get him an Xbox,
Yeah.
Like this is just crazy, dude. I can't believe they pulled this out. Like this just blows my mind. And like it literally overnight changed the world of gaming,
Yeah, the real question here is like, what should PlayStation do?
Yeah, what's the counter move to this? How do
they buy their own studio, or do they like fucking start focusing some of their existing studios on open world games, or like what do you do at this point?
But all their games are open world games.
I mean,
they're just not open world RPGs.
Most of their games are like over the shoulder third-person games with like open world aspects. You know what I mean? They're not like,
Spider-Man open world.
Spider-Man's like a sandbox kind of. It's like Grand Theft Auto.
Infamous, not that it is a game anymore.
Infamous, sure. But like I'm thinking of like their hits, like The Last of Us and God of War and stuff like that.
That's true.
What
Last of Us, yeah, those are more third party.
And also, there's a difference between like a Grand Theft Auto style open world and like a Bethesda open world. You know what I mean? Like there's way, way more to do in like a Witcher style game than there is in like a Infamous style game. You know what I mean? Like
that's the thing. I think Sony needs to branch out of like what they're doing. Like obviously they got Demon Souls. That's good. That's a good niche to hit.
Definitely.
But you can't have...
Until Xbox buys From Software.
They got their own From Software game coming that's exclusive as well. Mm-hmm. But, they can't just have fucking Uncharted, Last of Us, God of War, like all these over the shoulder, third-person action games.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to add something to the mix.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to keep those because people like those. And so far, it's been the meat and potatoes of PlayStation 4. You know what I mean?
Yep, but you got to add some variety.
You got to add some variety because, like we said earlier, with all the different studios and stuff that Xbox has, it's going to be a freaking buffet of different shit. Like
for $10 a month,
dude. Yeah,
for fucking $10 a month.
$15 if you want it on everything.
Yeah,
with fucking like including
streaming
your phone,
services
you know
and everything.
What I mean?
Yeah, dude. Like so, you got to have like a good first-person shooter. There's not a single first-person shooter first-party title for PlayStation right now. There's no franchise. Like they used to have
Killzone or whatever.
Yeah, that's gone. Killzone's gone. It's been gone for a while. They don't have what's the other one? The Alien game? The Resistance. There's no more Resistance.
Yeah, that would be a great thing to focus on I think PlayStation should focus on making a first-party first-person shooter and a first-party open world Skyrim style game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That should be PlayStation's focus right now. Alongside
they have
whatever
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Sure.
That's open world, but it's also third person over the shoulder. Like I feel like with Skyrim, the first person plays a huge a huge part of it. Like
the Horizon games to me feel a lot like those modern Assassin's Creed games, like Odyssey and the other one, Origins.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. I thought those were great games. But
it's not a bad thing, but it's not
Skyrim.
It's not Skyrim, dude. Oh my gosh, it's not Skyrim. This is so crazy. Like, who would have thought this? Like, last year, like, coming into the consoles, or coming into the new generation of consoles, is like, well, fuck. You know, if they don't show anything good at this Xbox showcase, we're fucked. You know? And then they pull this shit out. Like,
you know what I want to know? I want to know if this is going to hurt Bethesda financially in the long run.
Absolutely not.
You know?
Because, dude, they just made $7.5 billion.
Okay, yeah. Obviously, that's not going to hurt. But I mean, like, when we come time to, like, sell their games, like, in the future, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Are they going to make as much of a return off of, like, Starfield as they would have otherwise? You know what I mean?
I don't think it matters. I mean, Todd Howard could literally just never work a day in his life again. You know, like he's set for life. He could just go live off that on that yacht. That, you know, he's probably got like 6 yachts now. You know,
Probably.
Like, he probably rides up to fucking to E3 next year in a yacht. Yeah, he like comes up in a yacht, like hits land, blasts off in his jetpack, and lands like on the stage. Like, it's gonna be crazy. And so I don't think they're worried about that. You know, they're set for the future, but also not only are they set for the future financially, they're also set creatively. They can continue to be Bethesda. You know, Xbox is claiming that they're not going to touch them. It's like, you guys stay independent, basically.
Yeah,
do
I mean,
your
why
own
would
thing.
you fuck with what they're doing? Obviously, they've got it going on over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If anything, this makes it better because they're not going to have to do a bunch of microtransactions and shit to make money anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like whenever they're like, oh, okay, well, we're going to put out Fallout 76. It's not going to be, you know, microtransaction heavy or whatever. It'll just be like, we just felt like making a game like this, you know? Obviously, I think Fallout 76 had something to do with the financial, like, reach. You know?
Yeah.
They were trying to make some money. And I feel like this, basically, they're set. They don't have to worry about that anymore, you know?
And they can continue to take risks like Fallout 76
Mm-hmm.
without, you know, fucking worrying about going in the hole, like you were saying.
Yeah, better engines. Like, their games are gonna actually be in better quality. Like, you're not gonna get a big buggy piece of shit. Like, but still, I mean, even when their games are big buggy pieces of shit, they're still some of the best games ever made. You know, so imagine that without the bugs. You know,
I wonder if the games as a service style games will continue to be supported on other platforms like Elder Scrolls Online and Blades and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's crazy to think about. Oh man, the future. What will the future hold? But did you have anything else you wanted to talk about on this?
Not really. I was kind of thinking, like, what if, like, 2 years down the road, what if Game Pass just flops? Would this still be a good acquisition on Xbox's part, even without Game Pass?
I think it would be better without Game Pass, because I think Game Pass really throws a wrench in the whole situation, because then they're just going to be giving away these games for free, technically, to their, you know, to the Xbox players.
Yeah.
But without Game Pass, they just sell the games for $60 a pop, you know, and people would come to Xbox just because it'd be the only place you could play Elder Scrolls or Fallout.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is one of the best acquisitions ever. And really, if you look at how much money Microsoft has, not Xbox, just Microsoft, this is just like a drop in the bucket. Like, I feel like, you know, like $7.5 billion sounds like a lot, but they make that on a Tuesday. You know, like, I feel like it's fucking Microsoft.
I really hope we get an Evil Within 3 on this next generation of consoles.
Oh, dude.
You
That's
know what
another
I mean?
Bethesda hit that nobody's thinking about.
Yeah,
you know?
the Evil Within series is one of my favorite, like, series of games. I just fucking love them. You know what I mean?
What if they announced whatever Microsoft's VR was going to be with that game?
Oh, I'd fucking shit myself trying to play that game in VR. I don't think I could do it. Like,
dude, it'd be so awesome.
That'd be so scary, dude.
They
like,
pull the Resident Evil where it goes first person and like, but it's set in that world.
That'd be stupid, dude.
Be awesome.
That's all we need is VR. Get some fucking Resident Evil VR on Xbox, dude, and that's the end. Dude.
Yeah, if
I would never look at PlayStation again.
Yeah, that's the last thing. If Xbox knocks out VR and acquires like one more big studio, like a lot of people were speculating that they were going to acquire Sega. I think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Why would you get Sega? Like,
yeah, Sega.
What do you want, like, from Sega? You know, but
Sonic, like, fucking no.
I think there's a bunch of RPGs, not just Sonic. You know, like,
I guess you would get like the Yakuza series.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Like,
that's why people think is because the Yakuza is kind of exclusive to Xbox right now, anyways.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, maybe they're gonna acquire them or whatever. But I think that would be a shitty acquisition. Like, we don't need Sega.
Yeah, no, I don't think we do either.
No, we need something crazy. Like, they should get BioWare, dude.
Bro, they can't just buy all the studios.
Dude, if they got BioWare from EA,
bro, it would just be over at that point.
yeah, like
they'd have to like put a gun to BioWare's head and make them make good games again, though. You know what I mean? Like Anthem sucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Anthem was ass, but that's EA's fault. That's not BioWare's fault. They were already acquired, remember, by EA. So, I don't know.
Oh, Chadley says Phoenix Wright is Sega. Hell yeah, it is, dude. I love the fucking Ace Attorney games so much.
Xbox just acquires, them so they can get Phoenix Wright.
PlayStation's like, objection.
Are they still looking at Rocksteady?
Rocksteady.
I don't think so. I think that was a big guess. Like a lot of people were like, oh, it's obvious that they're gonna work with Xbox, but I don't think that's the case.
And Rocksteady would be another massive payday for you'd have to they're probably hurting right now after shelling out $7.5 billion, dude.
Nah, dude, I saw some dude some analyst was talking about how Microsoft makes something like $45 billion a year or something.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
like it's nothing or some crazy amount of money.
That's still a significant amount of money though, dude. $7.5 billion, dude. That's insane. That's got to be some kind of record in the game industry. You know what I mean?
Let's see. Microsoft's annual revenue, I want financial highlights, revenue, gross margins. So the revenue for 2018 was $110.36 billion.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's overall.
That's not all,
that's not all
sitting
Xbox.
in a pot somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's not just sitting in a pot, but that's the revenue.
Bro, Telltale, that would be sick, dude. If they just funded the reopening of Telltale and just put all the Telltale games on Game Pass, dude.
Oh, dude, that would be sick.
I've noticed that they bought Don't Nod though, didn't they?
Yeah, they do own.
So I mean, they might as well. I mean, that's pretty much Telltale right there. You know what I mean?
No, they just have exclusivity to Don't Nod because Don't Nod is Square, I think, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's Square. What if they bought Square?
But
Dude,
I know all the
what
Don't
if they
Nod
bought
games
Capcom? What if they bought Capcom and got Resident Evil and
They've got a good relationship with Capcom, just considering how the Dead Rising games used to come to Xbox first and stuff back in the day.
And Resident Evil is on Game Pass. Resident Evil 7. What if they bought it and Resident Evil Village only came to Xbox?
That would be fucked up. They're like, all right, we're gonna buy it, but you can't do VR this time.
Oh, dude,
I'd be so mad.
No, but with VR, you got to do it with.
You
VR.
have to do it with VR. Resident Evil 8 is not going to be the same if they don't have some kind of VR mode included. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, that was a fun topic. Next week, we'll talk about the death of PS... No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't... we'll come up... I like doing these, talking, topics like this where we just, discuss something.
Yeah, me too.
It's more interesting because we get to get creative and come up with ideas that will possibly come true in the future if we base it off of past evidence of GameSpeak podcast. But we're going to jump on over to the People's Champ. Brent, who's the People's Champ this week?
Oh, I'm about to tell you about it as soon as I can find that shit.
As soon as I can find that shit. Okay.
Oh, here we go. All right. People's Champ this time is going to be Jason Domican.
Woo.
He says, completely random question for you both. What are your top 3 favorite Resident Evil games?
Damn. For me, that's 1. No. Okay, so this is 3 going to 1. So it'd be 1 is my 3rd favorite.
Okay. So you're starting at the bottom and going to your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've only played 3 games, I guess, technically. So.
Which ones have you
played?
But
in order, so 7, 1, and 3. No, 4. Yeah, I played
7, 1, and 4.
Yes.
In that order.
Yeah. So, but my favorite is 4, and then it's 1, and then 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For me, I think my favorite would be 7 in VR, and then my second favorite would be probably the Resident Evil 2 remake, and my third favorite probably the Resident Evil 3 remake, actually.
Nice.
So those are my 3 favorites. The newest 3.
Yeah, I need to play. Resident Evil 2 remake is only like $20 on Steam right now. I need to play it.
It's like way better than Resident Evil 3 remake, but Resident Evil 3 remake is still good. But Resident Evil 2 remake is like fantastic. It's like one of the best games out there, if you ask me.
Nice. Thanks, Jason Domican, for being this week's People's Champ.
Champion of the people. Now,
these are just the listener questions.
All right, we got Sarah Barak here. She says, "Play this little game on the episode?" ? And then she posted this thing that says, "People teaching their kids the alphabet horror style. A is for Annabelle. Keep it going."
Oh God. B is for. I don't even know a horror movie with the letter B.
I don't know.
Bad Santa.
That'll work.
Yeah.
I think we already lost. C is for Chucky, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Child's Play.
Child's Play. There you go.
Yeah. D is for Day of the Dead.
Okay. E is for. Man, I don't know. We suck. I'm sorry, Sarah.
Yeah, this would take like 4 years.
Yeah.
E for okay. We got to do it though. E. If you want to help us in the chat, E is for
Exorcist.
The Exorcist.
Yeah,
okay.
There you
go. F is for Ferris Bueller's Day. No, I'm just kidding. What's a scary movie that starts with an F?
With an F.
Fargo? Is that a horror?
No.
I don't know. I've never seen it. Wow, we suck at this game.
Man, we really suck. We don't watch enough horror movies, man.
Freaky Friday. That is.
That's it.
No. Oh, wait. There is one with. I think there's a Friday the 13th.
Oh, there you go. Friday the 13th. G would be.
We obviously don't watch enough horror movies.
No.
G.
I'm gonna think of it when I'm driving home and be like, G. It was G.
Great Gatsby. No. B.
Why'd you give us such a hard one, Sarah?
Yeah, it should. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, we're giving up.
Yeah, we're
officially giving up.
Or we could do like 4 each episode. Like next episode, we'll do 4 more. We'll start with G and keep going.
We'll try. I don't know.
No, I'll do it. You don't know me. So what is the next one? You don't know me, Sarah. I'm gonna play your fucking game.
Okay, we got Kyle McAvoy here. He says, "Who inverts the y-axis and why? Answer in complete sentences, please." The devil, Kyle. The devil. And people who made fucking Conker's Bad Fur Day remake for the rare replay edition for some reason.
They thought it was a good idea. I've heard this from like people who play who like play with the inverted y-axis. They say it's because you picture like there's like a camera like on a tripod with like the stick that you press down to raise the camera up, and then you lift it up to make the camera go down. Like in their view, or like I guess the way they play games, they look at it in that perspective of like having that stick. So whenever you push it down, because you're not.
That's dumb as hell.
It is really dumb.
Somebody needs to stop. Somebody just needs to tell them to stop.
Anyways.
All right, we got Chad McLean here.
Oh, Chaddy.
He says, "Fuck, marry, kill, Deadpool, Wolverine, Cable." First of all, why are these all guys, Chad?
What's wrong with that?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, just kidding.
2020, we're cool. So I'm fucking. Man, I'm gonna kill Deadpool. Oh, okay.
I guess I'm fucking Cable, and then I'm marrying Wolverine. Like me and Wolverine, I feel like we could have a good time. Like
see, I feel like Wolverine would be like an abusive husband.
He probably would. He'd call you
like,
bub.
"Get over here, bub," and he'd just beat the shit out of you. How's
yours line up?
All right, I would kill Cable.
Okay.
I would fuck Wolverine, and I would marry Deadpool.
He would be fun to hang out. Deadpool would be such a fun dude to hang out with.
Yeah, he'd make you laugh. You know? Probably make you eggs or something.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
He seems like a sweet partner.
It'd be an unpredictable relationship.
You probably die too.
Yeah.
But also as Wolverine, I feel like if you're married to Wolverine, you're gonna die as well. Like,
yeah, probably.
Yeah, this is a tough one, but yeah.
At least you'd have fun with Deadpool before you died.
For sure.
Okay. We got Cindy Danger Botero here. Danger is her middle name. She says, "What do you do when your android gains self-awareness?"
Now, does she mean Android phone or like your Android, like a autonomous robot? Like,
I'm just gonna veto this and say Android phone.
Okay, so
you have a living phone like that movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
Well, obviously you get into a loving relationship with it.
Exactly.
Just like in Her.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
You fall in love with it.
Yeah, and or you force it to do your bidding. And you
Ooh.
become a hacker.
Like Plankton from SpongeBob.
Yeah, so like, like you could use it to like do crazy things because it has access to the internet. You know what I'm saying? But it's sentient and it's talking to you and it's like, yo, look, I can do all the hacking. You don't have to code or anything. I can literally just break into to different things. What do you do with that power?
I'll tell you what you do. You go back in time and you kill Sarah Connor.
I've already done that. Boring. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah. So I'd probably just become friends with my phone.
Okay,
That'd be about it. We just hang out. We play games together. Things like that. Go on walks. Because it doesn't have legs. Anyways, what you got?
Okay, we got Aaron Stern over here. He says, "What do you think of Marvel's Avengers or Among Us?"
Brent's a fan of Marvel's Avengers.
Yes, I'm a fan of both. Marvel's Avengers, it's got really good graphics. It's really fun to play. It's kind of repetitive. That's what I think about it.
It's like Destiny.
It's like Destiny.
Among Us is awesome.
Among Us is awesome, yeah.
Yeah, I want more games like Among Us is like the virtual Clue game that, should have existed a long time ago.
Dude, yeah. We need more like games that feel like a fun board game,
Yeah, I saw somebody post like a GIF of like a Game Boy Color with Among Us on it. Can you imagine if they would have had that back in the day and you just use like a link cable?
Oh, everybody would have loved it.
Oh man, that'd be so cool.
Except for link cabling 10 people together would be a pain in the ass. It'd be like that Zelda Four Swords game, dude, that nobody ever played because you couldn't get 4 people with the same game together.
For sure. Yeah. That was some bullshit.
That was some bullshit.
And then what else? What do we got?
We've got Aaron Jones here. He says, "Since October's rolling up, what's your favorite scary video game?"
What's your favorite scary video game?
Spider-Man.
Godspeed, Spider-Man. How does he do it? He's like,
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
He's like, sleep. My favorite scary video game. Probably Outlast. I feel like
the original Outlast is probably the most atmospheric horror game I've ever played.
That Outlast or Condemned. Condemned Criminal Origins is a classic.
It's a good one. It still holds up pretty good too. I really like Resident Evil 7 in VR, obviously. Also, I've played a little bit of the old school Fear game recently. And it's actually pretty decent still.
The Fear games?
Yeah.
They look good.
They don't look bad. They still hold up okay.
Yeah. And then we got some questions over on the Instagram from Hustle the Hustler.
Oh.
Living up to his name, he says, "Do you ever think you'll be able to gamble on the PlayStation or Xbox platform with video games?"
If we can do loot boxes, why shouldn't we be able to gamble?
Yeah, just make it rated M. Well, I think that's illegal. It's illegal to gamble in most states. I feel like there should be a game that only comes out in Vegas that, you can go and play, in Vegas.
My thing is, if I can gamble online from home, on, Bet Online or something like that.
I don't think that counts because you have to, buy, tokens or some bullshit.
It's why does that not count? And then why can't we figure out a way for PlayStation to do the same thing? You know what I mean?
You're right.
And even if it's just like an in-game currency, I think it would still be fun. You know what I mean? Like okay.
Like you can bet like in-game currency on like matches.
Yeah,
It's like, oh,
like
dude, I
maybe
think
it's a
this
sports
team.
betting thing. Like you watch the UFC fight, you bet your in-game currency on like who you think's gonna win and how, and then you win your bet, and you can spend your in-game currency on things like skins for games or something. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of like horse races.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah, dude. This guy's got the right idea. That'd be fun. And then we got Jason Domican over on Instagram as well. He says, what is your favorite ever limited edition gaming product? Controllers, consoles, games?
Oh, man.
Probably.
I like the... Oh, sorry.
No, what's up?
I was going to say, I like the Pikachu N64 from back in the day, dude.
Exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, dude.
The classic, dude.
That's all that matters. Hey, you Pikachu. And they didn't get that in the UK, I don't think. I think it only came to the US, the one with Pikachu on it.
The God of War PS4 Pro is fucking sick, too. It's, like, really, really tight.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I would love to have that.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man PS4 Pro is also fucking sick.
Do you remember the, like, Gears of War Xbox 360?
Dude, yeah. The one that came with, like, the cool controller and
stuff. It was, like, black and red.
Yeah, that shit
was
legit.
tight, dude. And then we got Terry in the Towns over on Instagram. What's a good name for a Nintendo cover rock band? Oh. Oh, no, you got us on the spot.
The Goombas. I don't know.
Super Nintendo All-Stars. I don't know.
Toads on the Road.
Toads on the Road. Toads on the Run, dude. I like it, or something like that.
Mushroom Kingdom Murderers.
It should just be Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it sounds a little like provocative, but you know, it's not. Like it could just mean like Mushroom Kingdom, but you know.
But we all know what it means.
We know what it really means. Dude, I started playing. I forgot to put on here that I played. Super Mario Sunshine for like the first time ever because my little sister got me the Super Mario 3D All-Stars or whatever.
Oh, nice. Are you enjoying it?
Oh, yeah. It's good. Like, just the Super Mario Sunshine game is fucking creepy. Like the way, the animations of, like, the toads and stuff, like, whenever they're just like, what's good? Like, whenever they talk and stuff,
Dude,
like,
yeah.
It kind of bothers me. Like,
the big piranha plants are fucking terrifying looking, too. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's not a problem because they're meant to be scary. The toads aren't meant to be scary, and they're just absolutely terrifying. What bothers me is whenever something's not supposed to be scary, but it is. Like, a toad, like, if I woke up and there was a toad in my room, and he's like, oh, Mario! I'd be like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that would not be
okay. Yeah, he's really creepy. Anyways, but yeah. So that's it for listener questions, guys. Thanks so much for writing in. We always have so much fun answering your crazy questions. And then we're going to round out the show with a new segment again. I guess Brent's just going to switch up the segment.
Yeah, I think you'll like this one, guys. This one's a little different. I'm going to do this every now and then when I can afford to. This is Brent's mystery game giveaway.
Oh, okay. Shit. Are you giving away a game?
I'm giving away games, multiple games.
Really?
Yeah.
Like codes?
Like codes.
Okay.
So if you're a game player, unfortunately, these are all for PC on Steam. So if you're not a PC player, I'm sorry. But if you are a PC player, get out a pen and paper or something and write this down, or just, rewind it over and over again. I don't know. But I got you right here. So I got some games, and I got most of these. I get most of these from like mystery things from Fanatical. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get with this. But I got some really good ones this time. So the first one I'll give away is This War of Mine. The code is XENPH3R8V36YC. So check that out. Then we got Crash Drive 2. That's going to be GFHED VN09WC0KHV. Then we got Dirt Rally. If you're a VR player, this is like one of my favorite games in VR. If not, it's still a pretty good game either way. This is 5AJRJ X638057C2H. Then we got Narcos, Rise of the Cartel. Don't know much about this game. I don't think it's a very good game, but it's worth like $30, so, you know.
Get it for free here.
Get it for free right here. JV39I HJI X3 G7K5R. Then we got SimCity 4 Deluxe Edition. N8 EP7 DTWCW GFRJA. Then we got two that are near and dear to my heart. We have Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. XD8Y9 MXMP6 GIKA7. And then we've got Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Dang.
Not G. Don't do G. 6 J G I Z X 2 K P 9 2 K W P 6. And so this is just a little thank you for me. For all of those that made it this far in the show and, listen to us all the way to the end and stuff,
Yeah.
I'll probably do this every now and then. So if you're a PC gamer, stay tuned in because you never know what kind of free games you'll get.
You just got access to both of the Code 4 games.
Yeah.
Hopefully the same person gets both of those codes.
Totally. And if you're one of those people that listens to this like a few days down the line after it comes out,
you might as well still try.
I would still try because, they're probably still there. Most of the people that listen to us are probably on console and stuff. So, check it out, guys. Again, thank you for listening to us. We love you so much.
Yeah, we'll be in your room tonight. No, I'm just kidding. Just be watching. No, but also, yeah, if you're listening this far, we're probably going to do a trailer. Not probably. We are going to do a trailer reaction video on our YouTube channel next week just to throw up some new content and give you guys something else fun to watch. It'll be just a short little video where we watch the trailer and react to it, something we haven't seen yet. And I guess we'll decide which trailer that is before next week. So remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast every Tuesday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast. Check out our video content on youtube.com/createforsanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle I'll draw for Jamel and Brent at Brent has one. And that's the number one. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners,